Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard eminent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Radio Shack DX-390, and we'll perform an evening medium wave band scan. Current time is 10:35 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. You can also tap this button here, and it'll tell me UTC, which is 3:35 in the morning. Okay, so let's get started. First, we look at the radio. It's a little beat up. I picked this radio for around 38 bucks off eBay about a year ago. It's got a little rust. In my review video, I said trust in rust. It actually is a great radio. It still works fantastic, even though it may not look beautiful. That's a good thing. It does have a BFO, so you can actually tune in ham radio operators. You have an AM band selector, or bandwidth control, narrow and wide filter, direct entry keypad. You can do the mods on this radio, which is amazing. I did the soft mute off and no mute on tuning mod. It's very simple. You open up the radio, you remove a green wire from a connector, done. And also there's a buzzer in here that buzzes or beeps every time you hit a button or do certain things. It was driving me nuts. No way to turn it off on the radio, so I went inside and just disconnected the wire. I used a soldering iron to do that. You could also clip it if you're very careful. But yeah, really cool that you can do those mods on here and really turn this radio into something fantastic. Also, this radio responds to a passive loop, and we'll get to showcase that with this radio tonight during this video. So let's go ahead and just go over the features real quick since it's been a little while. We have an external input for the antenna. We have a headphone jack. We have a DC input there. Our speaker, the buttons I talked about, some of the switches there. We have tone control and RF gain for shortwave, a BFO for shortwave also, your dual time, which is nice. Over here we have a lock switch. We have control for the tuning knob, fast, fine, and lock. I leave it on fine because I use these for my coarse tuning. I use the knob for the fine tuning, which you'll see. Volume control. So yeah, pretty cool setup. It takes about 4D batteries and I think 3 AAAs. So it takes quite a few batteries to get it going in portable mode. I do need to find an AC adapter because if I'm going to use this radio more, I think I want a nice adapter to use so I'm not burning up batteries. So let's get started. Turn this on. We're at 520 now near Chicago, Illinois. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let's cruise up to 530. So this is CIAO Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles. Now I'm going to show you what the passive loop will do. So I found the best thing with a large radio like this is to bring this loop in on edgewise to where I think the antenna is, the internal antenna, which is right about there. Since I've been practicing with this radio. So you can see that's quite a bit of gain. Sometimes you'll see it here in the signal strength indicator. Okay, I'll remove the loop, put that off to the side. Sensitive radio picks up that loop if I leave it on the table in any direction, which is interesting. Okay, let's keep going.
As main character was having nightmares in which she spoke of some of the evil they have done.
So interesting thing is I think the AM circuit's attached also to the whip antenna. So you heard that noise, that popping and that buzzing sound? It's from me touching the antenna.
Every episode, I would salute.
Thank you. No witching hour.
This is WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts at night.
I promise there is no witching hour on the Big Little Lies show.
I think this is KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri. It was coming in pretty good about 10 minutes ago. It's 275 miles away, 5,000 watts at night.
Don't know how many people were. Oh, it was a big crowd. It was a huge crowd. I just remember back in the days. And thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the call. I rib people.
To receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit, call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-81...
This is 560 WIND, the answer.
813-5400. 1-800...
We have only defined the length of your thin chest, and those people are...
This is WNEX, Yankton, South Dakota. 460 miles, 5,000 watts. I'm just going to bring in a loop here,
And you mentioned...
so we can get some gain.
The government consists of young people who are very talented, Western educated, enthusiastic, and they are again they to talk to you, and they are very happy witnessing how.
So there you go, cool. I'm going to keep using that loop when I need it. It's a pretty nice setup to have, so I enjoy it.
And moreover, Mr. Bachelor,
So these two stations here, 590 was WKZO, this is WMT Cedar Rapids, 600 AM. Tend to have a few stations overlapping, once in a while they'll come in clear. Two stations here. I know there's a Kansas City, Missouri station and a Columbus, Ohio station. Nothing coming in clear right now.
Borrow the money you're going to need for that year. And
this is WTMJ in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You drop the power down to 10,000 watts at 52 miles away. Not a big deal, but just thought I'd tell you.
they don't get to do it for another like 30 years.
Right.
And so you're turning this around, and you're going to do it now with your kids, and that takes a lot of guts.
It's very scary. It's very...
Country music there, I believe it's CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts. Okay, we got some music on WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Okay, we got country music, of course, on WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles away. Really nice. I can't hover on the music. I'd like to, but what happens is they give you a copyright mark, not really against your account, but on the video, and sometimes the videos can't be aired internationally.
Bedford Park. And now your host, Zach Zaidman. The road trip gets off to a rocky start for the Cubs in Colorado as the Rockies rally from 4 down to beat the Cubs by a final of 6-5 tonight. Hi everyone, it's Zach.
Wait, the Cubs can't lose. 670 the score.
Built by TimberTech. Go against
WSCR.
Visit
Chicago.
TimberTech.com. We'll go inside the numbers. We'll play the highlights from this one. Take your phone call.
And you can see how sensitive that strength indicator just jumped up when I moved to the right direction.
At the ballpark.
And this is a strong station too.
44-67-67 is the phone number.
690 here is CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. I'm sure a loop will make a difference here. Just bringing it in.
Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. The Rare wins or lose and go home to an upset.
So that's what you got to do. If you own this radio, you buy one of these Tecsun AN-200s or anything similar, and you'll be doing good. All right. I mean, maybe better than some radios out there. That boost.
Such robots will be capable of changing their appearance entirely, leaving police forces unable to trace the culprit.
WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
That's completely ludicrous. I don't think we're anywhere close to that based on the current state of technology, but I don't know what they're doing in government labs, but I don't know.
Hey, government labs, I love it. Lab rats, no! I'm seeing if I can get a New York station here, 710 WOR. Sometimes I can.
This weekend with the Cubs holding a fundraiser at Wrigley Field, and we'll get into all of that. We are also going to share, finally,
I get to say that we have a really heartwarming, good news story.
720 WGN.
Feel good as you move into the late night, early morning hours of your Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. We'll talk about some bad brides and a mom confronting bullies. A lot of things to get to.
Wow, good news, but then he just talks about bad news. What the heck? All right. 740 CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles away. Always a treat to hear. Awesome.
But you know your wife is a diligent favor for the future.
WSB Atlanta, Georgia.
Years even that investments are
Boosted.
doing well, having a negative return on her account because of the massive fees the insurance companies charge on these 403Bs.
Okay.
How much does she put in the 403B each year?
Right now,
Yeah, WSB Atlanta, Georgia. Where did I say that was? 630 miles away. Awesome.
that is about 6,500.
So this is perfect.
Vehicle protection. Call 800 car 6000.
760 WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
To save 10% and
And sometimes I'll pick up 770 New York, but it's really close to 780 here.
Ford. Credit Union 1. Better baking for all of us.
Yeah, but baby, on news time it's 10:48. Traffic.
This is Chicago, Illinois, WBBM.
View Homes and over to Trent Erickson.
Well, things are looking up in most of the area roadways.
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles. .810 is usually WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
Another wireless app. I know how you feel, isn't it?
He wants to bring
When you
situation to the forefront.
do this, when you file our...
Two stations overriding each other. One's WCPT local, and the other one's WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, which is 810 miles away.
This was an historic. New this morning, preserving a piece of Plano history. Rudy T said it years ago.
Oh, there you go.
They did that. The Texas pool, here's what they did. They called it, the Texas pool tweeted out, our pool is temporarily closed due to loose poop in the water. Loose poop in the water.
The South Park thing going on too. That's hilarious. Holy crap. You know, this is funny because I think is it Two Hands or somebody that says unscripted. Well, that was definitely unscripted, dudes. Okay, let's keep going. We're out of video time. 8:30 here is WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles. I can't get over that.
What a bold prediction.
I predict that Kevin Durant will not be available on Thursday night because he got re-injured tonight, and I just don't think it's happening. Highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination.
These are coming in nice. This is 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles. Sounding like a local with this radio. Beautiful.
3% fee to receive this discounted rate. All for cost information
Tone
and
control.
conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Get up first thing, smoke a cigarette. Before lunch, after lunch. Now that I'm talking.
This is probably KOA Denver celebrating the win over the Cubs. Dang it. Usually it's 890 miles away. Once in a while it comes in, usually towards later evening hours.
On a beau d'être des fois à l'écran, on est 8 comédiens, mais on est 70 en arrière, tu sais, dans le sens que...
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
Une ambiance de... Tout le monde était terriblement heureux d'être là, et tout le monde...
I'm not sure. You got to tell me. You got to tell me, Joey. But we'll look that up. I'll let you know. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll see if we have any sound also. The elusive one. And I'm almost positive that Sunday would be Game 7. Back after this, wrapping up the last lap on WWL.
There you go. I got call letters WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, on 870, and that brings us at a distance of 865 miles. Nice to hear. Sometimes 880 will come in nice. It's usually WCBS out of New York. Seems like my New York stations are not coming in clear.
Jobs in a lot of congressional districts, but independent of government, no program.
This is WLS Chicago with a high-pitched whine which comes from the camera.
Do that because politics in Washington won't allow it. And so what they've been...
They didn't say she was. I only told you how the police might look at it. However, I want you both to remain here until I get in touch with you again. You understand?
We're not going to turn you to the police, Mr. King.
Lila, you promised to return the dress to Mr. Robin. And I'll expect you to keep that promise.
Okay, we got a classic radio show on CHML, Hamilton, Ontario, 430 miles. You can see me adjusting the passive loop a little bit, turning it just a tad bit of an angle, taking it off the edge, and it really helps to null some adjacent noise.
What did you run, Mike? And then I checked with the cops. They said I was got a murder for
It's usually WFDF, Detroit, Michigan, which is 270 miles away. I'll pick up the pace a little bit so we can get through this. Okay, 990 CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
My mother's always stressing I ain't living right. Quinn Cook is on the floor with 2.5 minutes to go.
1000, here's WMVP, Chicago, Illinois, ESPN.
Some plays. Kevon Looney, I mean, you talk about heart and soul and championship blood. This guy was out there.
1010 can be a bunch of different stations. It could be New York City, it could be Asheville, North Carolina, or Toronto, Ontario.
Granger.com or stop by to see it for yourself. Granger, for the ones who get it done. If you're worried about your cholesterol...
This is coming like a local, 1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles away from me.
I've been taking garlic for years.
Mobilize them.
Or anything, yeah. Scare them, yes.
1030 is WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
Thank you guys for having me.
Have a great night. Call anytime, okay? Let's go to Love in Boston. Love, what do you think on this?
I think they should leave that man alone and help him.
I agree with you, Love.
Because, you know, people that don't know what... They don't. Some people don't know they don't know.
There's the quote of the day. This is awesome. You guys gotta, if you guys are watching this video and like, what is this guy doing with this radio? This is what makes radio fun, right? Hearing the unscripted, the interesting things that pop out of the speaker.
And that's what they're giving
what
this
people
man.
say.
It's a bum rush. The man talk about shoot him in the knee. What knee?
That's hilarious, man. That gets me.
We're unafraid to infiltrate the culture of contempt.
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles away.
And values. This requires the agility to be in the culture but not.
It was another merger Monday. United Technologies agreed to buy Raytheon.
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles away, with a music station just underneath there.
Technologies. Salesforce.com is buying Tableau software. That's analytics business. The transaction stock and valued at $15.3 billion.
Kind of finesse the fine-tuning.
A slowdown in the pace of hiring. Short-lived. The Conference Board Employment Trends Index
1090.
Okay, I want to hear a perspective as to why this is happening, why we have to raise money by opening up...
1100 is WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
To raise money to go to the moon, to go to Mars. I want to know why Reagan said what he said about the 300 astronauts that are out in space that can be lifted up in a shuttle when there aren't shuttles that can do that, okay? I want to know about the secret moon missions like Lunex and other...
Secret moon mission, what? Okay, if there's such a thing, let me know in the comments below.
Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations.
I was listening to Coast to Coast and they were talking about that stuff, and it's just like, what the? Yeah, we've been up there since the 60s. Or no, the 40s or something like that. I'm like, what? Crazy stuff, I don't know. Let's get back on topic. 1120 KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri.
Reliable and always there when you need them.
275 miles.
Right now, save $20 on the MS.
Oh, nice. I'm actually getting a signal here. This is a WBBR, New York City. I rarely get Bloomberg radio. 750 miles. This is nice. Barely picking it up, but I can tell. This is interesting here. We definitely got some overriding noise on WRVA, Richmond, Virginia.
WRVA.
Oh,
Can I get
station.
you some appetizers? How's the shrimp cocktail?
Spinach dip looks.
So they must be having issues on their transmitter, maybe. So you heard it, WRVA, Richmond, Virginia. 665 miles. Coming in like a local.
Feast on the WRVAradio.com app. Quick, convenient, simple.
How far they can really go. And remember, if you risk nothing, then you risk everything.
WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
To do just
And Home Advisors Profiling Technology.
WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Reviews of the pros, even users.
I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, we have music mixing with WHIO, Dayton, Ohio. Now, a loop may help, help with those transitioning stations like that, but yeah, future video we'll do more loop work, maybe a twin coil with this. It'd be neat to see what the twin coil will do with this radio.
Tune in to Retirement Income Strategies with Christian Finfrock, Saturday at 1, to find out what market volatility could mean for your retirement. In volatile times, Retirement Income Strategies can help keep your retirement plan on track. Join us Saturday at 1 p.m. on Newstalk 1310, WIDA.
Okay, Madison. I was like, I recognize the call letters. I don't have it on my nighttime list, but I picked it up. Cool. That was nice, because usually I usually get an Ottawa station there. Music on 1350 here. Once in a while, this will come in clear, which is WOC Davenport, Iowa. Yeah, three call letters. That's pretty awesome. An old station. I think one of the first. One of the first. Yeah. 131 miles away, 5,000 watts. $14.30. I don't think it's KZQZ. It could be St. Louis, Missouri. 275 miles, 5,000 watt tower.
And Peoria. Some of our dispensaries are prepping for recreational pot.
WMB. This is an interesting evening with what they're talking about. WMBD, Peoria, Illinois. I did see them say Peoria. It's 135 miles away, 5,000 watt tower. Cranking up the dial here.
Leonard, back up Van Fleet. Van Fleet picks it out. Lowry for the win.
Normally this is WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, where they're talking about medical stuff, but this sounds like a sports station. If it is Nashville, it's 434 miles. KOKC, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Barely coming in there, 690 miles.
energy shot. We'll hear from Steve Kerr. The winning coach when the Golden State Warriors is 10 seconds for station identification. This is the 2019 NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The official home of the Bengals.
Okay, I think you guys heard that. WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Powered by 5-hour energy shot.
1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa. About 210 miles.
By texting CRASH to 84888. Become a Purple VIP and be the first to know about deals by texting
Off-tuned a little bit to help it.
4888.
Work our way up the dial here.
Cable systems. So check your traffic camera and watch Newsmax TV. Real news for real people. More Americans are way much harder to continue working, and some younger employees aren't used
to Here we go. Some music on CHHA, Toronto, Ontario.
Employees call authorities for assistance.
1630 here is KCJJ, Iowa City, Iowa. 175 miles, 1,000 watts at night.
Sitting in a booth with food and trash around him. He was immediately observed.
Top of the dial sounds weak, but I think we might be able to get something. Yep, we got two stations coming in there, KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles, and Hispanic station there from Texas.
Brought to you by Geico. Great news, you can save money. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you can save 15% or more on car insurance. Hoops and hockey are almost toast. Hockey game 7.
Here's adjacent.
Hoops game 6 Thursday.
So you get the better game when you're edge on, because I think it's the distance between the antenna to the loop. So there we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the loop down, power this off, because I think 1710s usually blank. Yep. Okay, so we'll turn this off here, and we'll do our final thoughts. Cool, has a little battery meter there, tells you how much juice we have left. We're like on 5. That's good. It's full, I believe. So there it is, the Radio Shack DX-390 medium wave band scan at night. Always fun to do. Like I said again, this is a sleeper type radio. I mean, if you're looking for a cool portable radio that can like receive hams, you know, kind of like your single sideband, you got a BFO control, you're able to tune CW in. This is a full range shortwave receiver. I don't know if I showed you that. Let's flip this thing around. It's pretty big. I'm gonna just flip this handle up. And we're gonna turn this over, and I think on the back here we have frequency coverages. There we go. So just kind of zoom it in. You can see, yeah, full coverage on shortwave, 1.7 to 29.9 megahertz. You're able to tune all that in. Even has a long wave. So pretty interesting radio. You'll have a lot of fun with this. And there's the batteries. Yep, 4Ds and 3 AA's. Even has a back stand there too. Cool. Just one of those radios you could pick up cheap. Like I said, I got this for under 40. Probably because the condition wasn't perfect, but it works fantastic. And there's so many mods you can do with this. I've seen people adjust the LED here and make this a bright green or blue. I like the green look. I think I might do that. Adjust the put LED in here. That's not a bad project and pretty simple to do. Another one is putting protection diodes on the antenna. With this radio susceptible to static shock, especially in the dry season, like winter time. You might get a static discharge through the antenna by touching it, and it can go into the radio, and I believe ruins a front end circuit somewhere. So what you do is you put in 2 diodes. Like I believe one goes one way, going like a diode from the antenna going to the negative terminal on the battery, and then from the negative terminal on the battery, a diode going to the antenna. So you kind of have this reverse setup going on with 2 diodes in opposing directions. I saw a diagram on the internet for that. So pretty cool setup. I'm planning on doing that. I wanted to do it last year, never got around to it. Maybe this year before winter I will do that. do the mod with this, and maybe we'll revisit this radio with some shortwave, and you guys can check out those new mods. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed the video, give me a big like. You guys are awesome. 2, if you like Radio Shack radios and you like DX-390 radio, yeah. And you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. And 3, of course, comment below what you think about this awesome Radio Shack DX-390. This thing has a lot of capability with that passive loop and this working together at night and during the day. It's pretty amazing what can be found. I mean, some of the fun stuff you heard. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in future episodes. Bye-bye.